Welcome.
No.
Welcome to the 31 Forever Podcast. Got swing on the beat, you know what I'm saying? Doing it like this. 31 Flavors, legendary hip-hop crew out of Detroit. Legendary why? Because all of us was in it, you know what I'm saying? Still in it, still doing it every single day. Started in basements, attics, double cassette recorders, SK1 samplers. Is still doing it, you know what I'm saying? So we bringing the crew back together, bringing the band back together, because I believe, this is my belief, you know what I'm saying? We're on a mission from God, you know what I'm saying? Always on a mission from God, you know what I'm saying? My name is Shannon Cason AKA E. Yes, God bless. I'm here with my man, my partner.
Chris Lee, the freak of nature. Y'all know me. And today we here with our mans. This is my man, D Nasty, bro. Been a part of 31, a pillar, fundamental crew member, one half. You know what I'm saying? Of
the Almighty Brain Trust.
My bad.
One half of the Almighty Brain Trust. Yes, sir. D Nasty, Neezy D, whatever you want to call me. My partner couldn't show up, or he might show up a little later on a maybe. You know what I mean? But it was kind of my fault. I had kind of pitched like we was gonna be here, but it was a possibility that he wasn't gonna be here, a slight possibility, and then unfortunately it happened. So just wanted to let everybody know that it was my fault because I did kind of press the issue a little bit.
Yeah, hey, that's some real, that's a man upstairs.
That's my man. We gonna make it happen, of course. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here representing in the half tenths.
Right.
Hey man,
that's
really just kicking it with the fam. You know how we do it.
No doubt.
That's what it is.
What's up with everybody? How everybody living, man? We had a holiday weekend. How everybody holiday weekend went? What's up with yours, Chris? How did everything go?
Oh man, it was nice, brother. You know what I'm saying? We try to get some things together around here, get a bit more organized. Saw some family members that we hadn't seen in a while, and it ended up turning into the if it's up party. Like, oh, I didn't know his peoples was from the D. How about that? So we go there. His people from, or they at least from Michigan, like Lansing and Pontiac, and so it was a nice little shindig. We had a good time.
Y'all did a bunch of shit at the house, at your house?
No. Family member's house.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we did stuff here, like try to clean. You know how you do. You know how it is. We put it like this. Music was on Sunday morning.
No doubt. That's what's up.
What about you?
D always cooking. From what I know, did you light up the grill this time or?
Lit up the grill again for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? So me, the fiance, the daughter, the sister, mom, grandma, all the family. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't supposed to be like that, but it turned out that way. You know what I'm saying? I had worked earlier that day and got off. We did ours on Saturday. Sunday. So got together, burgers and dogs, just burgers, something simple. You know what I'm saying? But we enjoyed ourselves. It seemed like I cooked all day. You know what I'm saying? From the time I got there, I didn't stop till, and we had so much food, but just a small individual, a little bit of people.
So you the grill man usually at your things. You take over the grill. Everybody walk up to you. You controlling the whole eating thing going on.
Which is funny because that's really all I can do is grill. I'm not like the chef, like Juan Valdezi and Sir Chris Lee over here. They might come up in there and with sous chefs and all of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I can throw down on that grill though. I hold my own against anybody on that barbecue grill. So
that's respect. That's respect.
Thought that shit all the time.
Hey, what about you, Cason? What did you? I think didn't you have like a special weekend, or was it just Memorial Day with the fam?
Yeah, we had we did something at the house. So we just moved not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? Like been here about 6 months. So we had everybody come by the house because a lot of people hadn't been by the house yet. So I had my mom, my sister, my uncle, my dad, his lady, my brothers, you know what I'm saying, some friends. Everybody came by and we did some cooking and eating, and it was nice, man. Set up the backyard and everybody was chilling, man. My dad trying to challenge people in push-ups, and he 80-something years old. He want to see who can do the most push-ups. You know, I let him live. You know, I played it off like, ooh, I can't.
He beat you.
Let him stay the man for a little bit longer. You know what
Tell
I'm
the
saying?
truth, he beat you, didn't he? He was out there hitting them like, all right.
No, he pretty good though. He can hit them. He did 53. He did 53 straight. So that's pretty good in the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
Very
Still
good.
can do 53 push-ups. So, but it was a good time, man. Good time, just family. You know, we got all this leftover food, so we eating chicken salad today. You know, they get to cut up the chicken, make some. You had to remix the whatever y'all ate. You got to remix it on these next days.
And then sandwiches. It's by Thursday, it's sandwich night. You know what I'm saying?
You already know. So how we usually do this? We do current. The setup is we do current events. We do an interview or interesting topic, and then we talk about an interesting top 5. So what did you find happening, like newsworthy stuff that's happening right now, man? What stuff that folks is talking about right now? What's going on, Chris?
Well, I thought the Naomi Osaka thing was interesting. Naomi Osaka, you know, they I guess she really didn't want to do press conferences previous to whatever happened. So, you know, she said she wasn't going to do them, and then they fined her or whatever. So she basically quit. She said she's not going to do the Open, you know, and that's crazy. No sports star has really took that stand. And really, she said it was for her own mental health. I mean, she didn't like the ebb and flow. We all know how it is. Y'all sports fans, I know y'all know how to depress when you go into these conferences, especially when you took the loss. I'm already hurt. Or even for her, it's crazy because it was a win. But, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
So she discontinued herself going to the rest of the conference.
Quits the French Open. Yeah, they went to fine her and tell her what she was and wasn't going to do, and she quit. Like, you know, walked away from a lot of money too. But I thought that was an impressive stand, you know, for the young lady, because she was just like, I don't want to deal with the nonsense. I just want to go play.
That's I can respect that in a sense, because the thing is, like, when it all comes down to it, you got to think simply. And when you think in simple terms, sometimes it's like that, like regular life shit. You know, you work at the, you know, a shop in a warehouse or something, and you doing, you know, you got shit going, and somebody all these demands on you, and after a while you just like, man, fuck this shit. Or some, you know, my mental health, because I'm about to go off on this dude, and I don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
One more time, Chuck. Ask one more question like that, Chuck.
You know, so she on a whole nother level, but she had her fuck this shit moment there, man. Fuck all this shit. I'm going home. Yeah.
Serena Williams, you know what I'm saying, paved the way for a lot of that open, you know, in tennis, that female tennis, because she's very, you know, been lately, you know, very outspoken in her beliefs or whatever, you know. Yeah. So, kudos to them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whatever they need to do to
you the all sport man. You the all sport man. That's what you I mean, because you watch all the sports, don't you? D.
A good majority. I'm in tune. I try to be in tune with a little bit of everything.
So do you watch the tennis? Do you keep up with that kind of stuff?
From time to time. I mean, I can't say that I know all the players and things of that, but I'm familiar with it. I dibbled and dabbled with tennis for a minute. Ping pong or whatever. So I follow some of the people. I follow tennis somewhat.
Yeah.
Tennis is like the personalities. So, you know, back in the days, it was like John McEnroe or somebody, because he was always cussing people out. They would be winners, though. You know, it's winning, no doubt. But then, so I can appreciate it.
It's a real sport. You know what I'm saying? I respect real sports. It's a lot of cardio involved in that tennis. You know what I'm saying? That's a That's a real sport. So I salute that.
No doubt, no doubt. I never, but that running back and forth, you know what I'm saying? A lot of Kobe said he played tennis and soccer and all that kind of stuff to kind of get your footwork together in certain ways. Yeah.
Soccer is very good for the footwork. I would assume tennis as well. I could see that, you know what I mean? Because it's like you said, a lot of positioning in that as well, you know what I mean?
Balance, quick changes and shit, quick, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody can play tennis, they probably cross you over ridiculously, you know?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Hakeem Olajuwon was a big soccer player.
Damn, his big ass playing soccer.
Yeah, he was a big soccer player. He loved soccer. And they say that's where he, got a lot of his footwork from.
Where was he from? Jamaica or something? He from the islands or something, man.
He African. I don't know. Yeah.
I forget what part of Africa, but he African.
Oh, he African. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, no doubt. What else happening in the news, man? What else is going on?
Well, Rap Caviar, they have put out this 2010 Mount Rushmore, right? So they got Drake.
You know, when you said that, I thought you was talking about Mount Westmore. Like Mount Westmore shit that we had talked about previously. I was he just got it wrong. He said Mount Rushmore, but what's this going on? I didn't know about this.
So these are the 2010s. The rappers are now, I guess they want to, they've recognized that. Or Rap Caviar did the picture in the list, and it was like Drake, Kendrick, and Cole, and it was a blank spot. You know what I'm saying? So they were debating. People been talking about the blank spot. Who gonna fill in the blank spot? But your man James Caan weighed in, bro. You know the old dude who plays.
Oh yeah, this super old dude. Yeah, the dude from the movies and stuff.
He said "Future, bro," and then somebody came at him. Somebody came at him like, he got young nerds packing his account and and he like, no, I said Future like this me or whatever. You know what I mean? Like he said, my kids listen to it around me or something to that effect. But James kind of
listen to it too. He probably got them young girls. You know what I'm saying? The young girls always play. I don't know if he married or not, but I'm saying like he might be married. And excuse me if he is, but I'm saying like you have people around you and they playing that stuff. You gonna listen. You gonna hear my mother at the little thing, the little backyard party we had. She wanted to hear "Mask Off." You know what I'm saying? That's her song. Molly Percocet. You're like, Ma, you with Molly Percocet? Yeah, Molly Percocet. I like that song.
That beat is hard though. That is an extremely hard beat, dog.
Yeah,
my man James Caan's son was in a rap group with Alchemist. I forgot the other. It was an older group. It was one of the first. Is it Evidence? That's the son?
I don't know. That would be interesting.
I don't think it is. I think it's another group. I can't even remember what I read, but
no, I respect Alchemist. He got that ear. Alchemist got them beats. I love to hit D over Alchemist beat one day. You know what I'm saying? Alchemist got
some of the greatest beats in the game.
I do love Alchemist. All that type of stuff. That would be dope.
On the new rappers, Mount Rushmore, shit like that. I definitely Drake. Kendrick is an artist, most definitely. J. Cole. I always respected his stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Do young people respect? I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like I know Drake always get his props. Kendrick, he drops really artistic albums. Like I listen to his albums. You can listen to them later on and still listen to them. Cole, I haven't listened to his albums fully, like listen to him, but I respect him as an artist. Now, the one thing that really got my respect from Cole is he had a free concert at the House of Blues in Chicago, and this somebody I work with gave me the ticket, and I went, and my man controlled that crowd. When I see that as an artist, he was a young artist at that time. That was like one of his first, albums or whatever. But he controlled that whole crowd like that. He was saying his mixtape songs, and he was like, So I was like, dang, I respect that, So I don't know, but Future do seem. I mean, James Caan, Future do seem like he got the ear that generation too. That what those four came up in, you know. So I wouldn't hold back on James Caan for that. You know, that was pretty good selection, I would say. Because Future, not like you wouldn't think of him as a lyricist as the rest of them. You know, I don't know. Still, a lot of people don't include Drake, but at the same time, Drake, Future got that sound, like that whole cadence sound that people do now. You know, and he like.
It all depends on what we framing it around. You know what I mean? And absolutely, if we just talking about impact, you know what I'm saying, then definitely, you know, Future would be on there, and that's not necessarily anything to do with the lyrics part of it. It's just his impact, you know, in the culture and how he was accepted in the culture or whatever. But you know, Migos too. But if you had lyricists, he might not make it to me. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on how we framing it. But I would definitely, Drake is still gonna be up there. You know, even the asterisk, he's still up there to me. But who else did we see? Yeah, Kendrick for sure. J. Cole for me, man. I respect the mess out of J. Cole, and I think he's a dope artist. But I just don't. It's a lot of people that put J. Cole up there, but I don't feel he's one of the top, you know, dudes to me. You know, that's just to me. It's not nothing against him because I respect him and I do appreciate his music. I just not for me. You know what I mean? So.
No, I hear you. I hear you there. I'm kind of like feel you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They put Nicki. I think that's our article. They picked Nicki.
I'm not doing that at all.
But that's what I'm saying. It ain't me. Rap Caviar. That's who they put in the final spot. So.
That'd be one of them things that they do. You know, it'd be sometimes. You know, we gotta pick somebody. It's just like I don't want to say it like this, but we had a basketball team. And the coach would say, you got to get one white guy on the team. We got to put one white boy on the team. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes
that's crazy.
We got to, you know, we got our men. You got to put somebody else on. Yeah, and I get that. Yeah, I get it. But Nicki, no disrespect to Nicki. No disrespect to Nicki. Got skills. I think Nicki can rhyme. I always thought Nicki could rhyme. I thought she killed everybody on that when they did that little Sprite thing, whatever the cipher. I thought she was the winner of that cipher. I don't know if y'all ever remember that cipher I'm saying where Nicki was in it, but to me she was. I listened to it.
Her early stuff. She was
maybe
I guess she got enough clout for that. But it's funny too, man. You said Cole, the way he controlled the crowd or whatever, and I just saw an article too on Jay-Z, and he spoke up on DMX, and he was saying how you don't want to follow DMX. He was like, when they were doing that one concert and it was like meth and all of them, he like DMX got him hype. He came out drinking alcohol that looked like blood. Then they did stop, drop, had the crowd going crazy. Did the lady song. Then he did a prayer, said everybody in there cried, broke down. Then, you know, after that, Jay-Z like, I gotta follow this. Like, you know.
That had to be the worst. You ever been in one of them spots like that where you had to follow somebody who just like killed it?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Did you?
Indeed. We all have. Where they sweeping up afterwards. Like, you know, yeah, they killed it. Everybody like, oh, that's it. It's over.
Yeah.
You ever been in one of them spots? You killed it and somebody had to follow you and you just was like, good luck.
No,
good luck to you.
We've been in, I mean, you know, in perform. We've definitely been in a part of the main act go, and then we didn't performed after the main act. You know what I mean? Or we didn't perform before, so we didn't did the before and the after. You know what I mean? So
before worked out best. Yeah.
I
think we killed the before.
I did that once, man. It was a show, right? And this one dude, he used to always kind of like. He always trying to downplay me a little bit. You know, he'd try to, like in the storytelling shit, he'd downplay, yeah, Shannon, I saw you did the little, you know, when people throw that little on you and shit. You did the little, I said you did the little thing over there. Yeah, the little, you know, so we was doing this show in like this suburb of Illinois. And we took the bus out there as a bunch of us. And he was like the producer running the show. And he said, okay, we're going to have Shannon first. We're going to have Christina, Bob, and then there was people giving a rundown. And in my head, I was like, he gonna have me first. He gonna have me go first, And I was just like, okay, we're gonna see how this turned out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna thank you. So I went up there. I was one of my best shows too. Tore it down, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? People like, how you get them silent moments in performances where everybody just like in a mode. Like I'm doing long pauses on my shit, just everybody in a mode, and then I just ended. Like it was emotional too. Like people was emotional. And then the lady had and he said next to Christina. And Christina was walking. Like, why would you have? She was like, why would you have me go after that? That was this was a bad lineup. I was like, yeah, motherfucker, don't be trying to put me. But and I'm gonna tell you, certain hip hop artists, I would not want to go, or I would not want to be the person that had to go after Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes, anytime I've seen him perform, he had a whole crowd in this whole energy. You know what I'm saying? He commands the crowd, and it's a whole element to that. Like people who could command. DMX, he do that growl. Probably people just going crazy over that growl. Then he just take over.
That's how he started it. Yeah, he said that. Yeah, he started.
And you got to come on after that and sing your songs. Come on, get the fuck out of here, man. Because I didn't did a spiritual experience, and now the next person got to come up and. All right,
it's a difference when you performing, and a person is performing, and it's like hooping. To me, I always say that the difference between Kobe Bryant and Vince Carter wasn't necessarily talent to me. It seemed to be maybe a little bit more dog or want to. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. In the rap world, it's the same. Like in the performance, you can tell people who just I'm cool and I'm doing and I'm rapping and I'm sweet. Than people who like put like everything they got in a performance, you know what I mean? And DMX was one that every time you seen him, he gave you everything he had, you know what I'm saying? So he just unloaded like everything, like all the time. And that's rare, you know what I mean? So you don't have no choice but to feel somebody that's just coming. You can't help but feel the sincerity of it, because he just seemed like he just poured like everything he got like on you. You know what I'm saying? That's how he make me feel. So.
Do you get to those moments in your performance, like both of y'all? Do y'all hit those moments, or how do you get yourself like DMX? You could see he was spiritually driven on a lot of stuff. What the audience, and then praying and doing all these other things. But do you feel like you had those moments before you go on stage where it's not the performance, it's like you were saying, it's something else I got to give. I got to give my whole self. Do you feel those things when you perform, or have you had those moments where it's just like, I was out of myself? Because you like sports be like that. Kobe and Vince Carter going through the motions maybe, but an excellent talent. But then Kobe Bryant is like they call it a flow, and you can see he just in another lane more often. He can do that more consistently, because I think Vince Carter does that as well. But I don't want to disparage him. But at the same time, have you been in those moments where it's just like, I don't even see nothing? It's just like, I just feel, an anointing to do this and whatever I'm doing, in the performance side.
Well, I can't say that I've been in a super ton of. I mean, I've been performing all my life, but arenas I think has a lot to do with that. But I will honestly say, man, I perform and I feel like I'm a natural. I'm more like a Vince Carter. I think I'm more of a natural, or just it's easy for me, and then I feel more adrenaline after the fact. I believe, you know what I'm saying, after perform. But in the midst of it, I don't think I can't say that I did a DMX, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I'm not that kind of rapper, I don't believe. But that's something to question, you know what I'm saying, in itself. I was just talking about that the other day. Like, how many things can you say that you truly went like all out, just like that? Like everything I got, like like, I don't care what happens type deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't going to. That's what DMX was. Like, you couldn't. He would die for that in any breath or facet. And I'm not talking about that. Like, just stand up, be. Yeah. I'm talking about like I'm giving my every single thing, and you're not going to stop it until I done gave it all to you. Basically.
That's a beautiful thing, man.
Let's speak on the moment, man. Though I think it was well, we were a part of a moment, even though it was a collective moment. But when we were doing performing back when we did Club 2000 and all that, we did Warning. And if you remember, we would do Warning, and it had that, something we practiced it in Low Front Lawn. If you remember, I forget, Juan and them came up with it, but it had a move like the way the beat went. It's almost like you would pull back and then shoot forward at the crowd and get them hyped.
But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that we didn't have that. I'm not saying that we're not.
Well, no, I'm not debating if we had it or not. I was just telling the story of, I remember that time that, and when we would perform that, people would move to it. Like when Beach would do it, he would have a move with certain stuff, and people would be doing. Like it was an artist we opened for, and really he still killed it, but it was like, we had the crowd going bananas. So it's a thought out thing too, though, is what I'm saying. Like if we just went up there and did whatever, it was okay. But when we thought it out, took the time out to put, that plan together, it came out successful on several occasions. But I feel you, not at a DMX level where people crying and passing out, and you know what I'm saying. You just do a growl, or do you do your ad lib and they just go? That's a whole nother capacity. You're right, whole nother level.
Yeah, but you can have the moments. Like I'm gonna be honest. On me, the performance side in hip hop, I never felt that. Like I never got to that point. Like, but I would be inspired by Beach, because Beach to me felt like he was living the performance. He wasn't performing. He was doing something more, and I could see it. And I'd be like, man, just do your thing. In the storytelling, I've had those moments where I'm just like, I got this whole crowd. I know this guy at the back of the crowd can feel what I'm saying because I'm saying it from a deep place in my heart. And sometimes with Beach on stage doing the hip hop, I'll be like, dang, I wish I could. So it was inspiring to me sometimes seeing that. I'd be like, yeah, just let yourself go, man. Fuck what anybody else think. Just let yourself go, But I would notice great performers had that, where they just was, they went into a different mode, just like basketball, anything else, going to a different mode. And it's a beautiful thing when it happens, It's respect to Jay-Z for bringing it up too.
That's what I was gonna say though. I believe I will say that 31, we were known as like a performing crew. Like, most of the time we were known to kind of do decent shows or whatever. But for the most part, maybe because of the amount of people or the different variations, and a lot of times we just make good songs. But I believe there's a difference in, like I said, when I go see a Rakim show, and Rakim is, of course, everybody's, favorite MC, but that doesn't mean that I want to see him perform. You know what I mean? Like his performance is just, I'm dope and I'm supreme, you know what I mean, in what I am, and my confidence is through the roof, but it's still just, kind of like, all words. It's not like a Black Thought show or the Roots.
Oh,
you know what I
man.
mean? It's a big difference. You know what I mean? And I believe Jay-Z got the crowd, and he's a excellent performer, but I believe it's his persona, because it's not necessarily he's more, like I said, he's casual, kind of like me. Like it's easy, it's so easy for him. You know what I'm saying? But he knows how to place it, because again, he's a great stage performer. He's just not like a bust around. You know what I mean? Who's putting a whole, like the difference for somebody who is like, like I'm just going everything I had type deal. Some people who just sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like it's sweet. I'm easy. I'm just sweet. Mm-hmm.
I agree 100%, man. Because you think Rakim, much respect. I love Rakim. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my. We can get into that later, like the moments in hip hop. But at the same time, to be at a KRS-One concert where he got the whole audience, he telling you, you just like he's doing things outside of the performance. Because you go, like I go watch shows and you'll see the show was practiced and performed, you know. But then like Black Thought, and you can see it sometimes even with other MCs. Other MCs would be like, hey, Black Thought, come back up here, you kill it, you know, because he's just like a true MC, you know what I'm saying? Like a just true, you know, I can control this crowd. I can do other things outside of the performance on this mic, you know. But I like when I see it, you know, it's just be like, damn, man, that's some incredible shit.
But another dude, like, what about like now here's a twist to it, right? You can be both. And somebody who that means like I'm sweet, but I can control the crowd. You know, I don't necessarily do the I gotta give you everything I got with the energy, you know what I'm saying? But I'm casual, smooth with it, but I'm just also a master at controlling the crowd, and that's Snoop. You know what I'm saying? Snoop is gonna grab that crowd. You know what I'm saying? And he has MC from the, you know, everybody over here, everybody. I mean, he just gonna, you know, he got the right shit. Every time I've ever seen him, he get that crowd right. You know?
I can see that. I can see that. I could see that. Yeah. Certainly, even the West Coast rappers who I thought would have been amazing. Like I never saw Cypress Hill in concert. They seem like they'll be hype as fuck. You know what I'm saying? You go to a Cypress Hill concert, or even the Alcoholics. It seems like the Alcoholics would be a crazy ass concert.
That would be a dope concert. Yeah, Alcoholics.
Yeah. Much respect to the performing hip hop artists. You know, people who. Like they lay it down in the performance side. DMX for sure, you know what I'm saying? You can already see that on him. Jay-Z too, you know, but Jay-Z having to follow that shit is not the most easy thing to do in the world. That's why he paid the big money, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and then he got them hits. He got that blueprint. He got the track record. He can go. Like to me, like I went to a Jay-Z concert and I like Jay-Z and in respect to Jay-Z, you know, salute his pen game, you know, and all of that or whatever. But I'm not the biggest Jay-Z fan like that. You know, my cousin is the ultimate Jay-Z fan, right? So we went to a concert at Shane Park. And this is like when he had just broke the Freeway song with Even Though What We Do Is Wrong or whatever. So when they did that, man, everybody went like stupid. You know what I'm saying? And they had never, I was searching for that song like forever. You know what I mean? Like, where is this song? But the concert was like so phenomenal just because of all of the catalog he had. You know what I'm saying? He had everything that you wanted to hear, and it was played and placed at the right time. And then he knew how to play with the crowd. I mean, it was dope. It was one of the dopest, you know, concerts, low key, that I had been to. And I'm again not one of the biggest, you know, Jay-Z fans. You know what I'm saying? But it was a very good concert. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, peace to Rakim, and he's one of my most favorite MCs. You know what I'm saying? Like to hear Rakim, who don't love Rakim or whatever. But I was not really, you know, I didn't really care. I wouldn't be mad if I didn't hate another concert. But it wouldn't take away from him. But I'm just not eager to see his concert. But every Roots concert I ever went to, Black Thought tore that boy down. Like I would run and pay good money to make sure I go to the Roots when they go out.
I don't know, man. I saw Rakim live down here. You know, it was like a decent venue, but an intimate venue. And I feel what y'all saying, but maybe just being such a head, he did the right songs and had the right DJ, and he was doing. He did what you said. It was just him rhyming one-on-one with the crowd. And I got there early, so I had a great spot. But whatever the case, it was a good show. I would go back and, you know, like him. I remember Ghostface. I saw him at
Ghostface would be crazy. I bet Ghostface concert. I never seen I saw Wu-Tang, but I never seen a Ghostface concert.
His show was sweet, but like y'all say though, it's all about what can you do. Like you said, Jay-Z. When I saw Jay, it was dope. It was one of his last albums, and that's, you know. But you know, he had a band. He had to play certain things. If you know you don't have that energy, like you said, and you're not coming out, you know, pumped up, then they have other elements to keep you engaged, basically. Long story short, but it'd be dope. It fits in with the show.
So, okay, so let's get into this topic. I'm curious about this, right? So we got D Nasty, one of my favorite lyricist, one of my favorite lyricists out of the crew and even beyond the crew. I listen to the Brain Trust album. If you ain't heard the Brain Trust album, get it. We still here. It's on every streaming platform you can find. And then when you find it, like star it or something, because you got to listen to that album at least, like, you just got to like take a weekend or a week and just listen to it on long road trips. And that's what I did when I listened to it. But so listening to your album, man, definitely could hear the lyrics, definitely could hear well thought out stuff, like stuff that you was saying something, you not just these lyrics go together, but I'm actually trying to say something. So let's go back. Like, me and Chris had this question. Like, I fell in love with hip hop when? Like, I fell in love with, and Common had the song "I Used to Love Her," and everybody kind of, we almost like personalize hip hop, make hip hop a person in a sense sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But it was, everybody had their moment. Like, what was your moment? Like hip hop had me when, or I fell in love with hip hop when. Do you remember certain moments in your background when those things happen?
I'd like to change that. I think we kind of touched on that before in our last interview. What I will say to that, what changed me with hip hop was moving to Southfield and getting around a bunch of collectives who were, into, at that time I was into raps, but they shaped me into what it means to write a rap, what it means to freestyle on tape, freestyle and just be free with it, performing, song concept, so to be around these group of guys and where someone is already passionate about writing and enjoyed the culture as well, that was like where it was for me, like, what was up when to see somebody like a Beej, you know what I'm saying, to see somebody like Karsten and see somebody like Spot and, Mind State, you know what I mean? Like, when I was about to shape this whole conversation in the top performers and how you rate people in terms of their performance or whatever. And I couldn't help but think about like Mind State. Like, we seen Mind State at one of the shows we did, and he ran up in the crowd and grabbed his shoe and put it up in the air and was like, I did it. I mean, he just was like, whatever, you know what I mean? So he would have been one of the ones that like put his soul into his performance all the time. But
I can see that.
I would say, being around our cat Atu, Buzz used to put his everything in the, you know what I mean? He'd call you up, he'd show up, you'd be like, don't pop up over my house. They showing up, they rapping, they calling on the phone, we rapping low, you know what I mean? Zoe last one, so to be around these group of guys and learn, and I think that was my motivation, you know what I'm saying? And Grand Wanye, you know what I mean? And in the competition amongst, each other or whatever. Every time I heard a good song, I would want to try to do a good song so they could be like, dang, that song was dope too. You know what I mean? So that was what I was all. That was drove me more than anything.
I can definitely respect that, because I think that was a big part of it too. Like, playing your stuff to somebody else and then somebody else playing their stuff. It's like enjoyable. It's like almost like trading shit back and forth. We got Grand Wanye in the house too. What's up, man?
What's going on, fellas? Y'all all right?
Yeah, man. Can't call it.
What about you, Freak? Was it certain moments? I mean, there's probably a lot of moments, but I'm saying, like, was it a certain moment?
Say, for real, when we were younger, all of us, I know probably moms used to play Luther Vandross, Freddie, whatever it was in the car. We driving like, man, I ain't in love, we little kids. So when I even first heard just hip hop in general, some of the early stuff, my ear was really attuned, like Jam On It and all that. But man, for real, when I heard Rebel Without a Pause from Public Enemy, that beat and the lyrics, you know what I'm saying, that particular song, and when I heard De La Soul, Plug Tuning, they were out around the same or a couple years apart. For them songs made me go out and seek hip hop. What is this? Where is that? Where can I find? You know what I'm saying? It really made me tune in and the tune like, wow, this is something I really like. Kind of find out though, all the old records and stuff moms used to play, Thumb and Thune, that was that heat. So they gave you that too, because it was so in touch with recycling or upside, whatever you want to call it, downside, whatever it is, that sound and changing it into something new, man. So when I heard them artists in particular and them songs, I don't know why, it just made me really want to gravitate. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm sure it's moments. And what about you, Grand Juan?
What we talking about, man? We talking
Oh,
about
my bad.
what kind of
Really
catapulted us into the music.
ain't no doubt, but just you fell in love with hip hop when what? It really can be anything. I fell in love with hip hop when I heard this, did that, saw that.
Yeah. So the first, I think I probably told this story before, but I fell in love with hip hop when I was a safety at. Well, no, actually, that's a lie. I wasn't a safety yet. I was going to cook school, and I probably was maybe in the fourth grade, fourth grade. So I was probably like around 9, so it's about third grade. And the older classmen, they probably were like fifth graders at my elementary school. A couple guys, they were safeties, and I used to stand at this safety post waiting for my dad to pick me up. And so one day I was standing there, and these niggas was in a cipher. They were battling, and you know what I'm saying. And that shit just mesmerized me because you had all these people surrounding them, and you know what I'm saying, they just was commanding, you know what I'm saying, the respect and the attention of all the people, and they would look like the coolest guys. Not to mention, for some strange reason at that time, I don't know why, but I was really attracted, because they acapella, so I'm really attracted to the words. And this guy, his name is Kevin, I can't remember his last name, but I ended up being in a class with his younger brother. But anyway, this nigga was twisting words, and come to find out, it was like close to a, you know what I'm saying, Rakim kind of flow, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of is what I fell in love with. And from there, we had Barton Cable in the city at the time. And
Barton Cable. I remember that shit.
Yeah, Barton Cable. That was media. Barton
Mr.
Cable.
Barton. Yeah.
Media One, and Comcast purchased Media One. But yeah, that was it. So I was watching, Jukebox, Video Music Box. Was watching that, and you know what I'm saying, the little what you call it was on BT. Of course, MTV was really the first rap show. And I would see these guys on there, and whatever the case would be, and they were just super cool to me. It seemed like it was just like the sweetest thing to do, to be able to use your words, and you know what I'm saying, people like you. So that's what I kind of fell in love with. And then from the rest of that, you know what I'm saying, just that's all I did. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like it was a time when I was playing with toys, and then it was a time when I wanted to make noise. I could just kind of, you know what I'm saying, lump it all in that. As I was playing, we had our G.I. Joe. My cousins, Dorian and Tooth, they used to love the G.I. Joes, and I was a Transformer dude. But it was, you know what I'm saying, so we was always a big thing about who was better, G.I. Joe or Transformers. But right from that
he hit you with the wrap it up B sign, bro. He did you dirty.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Hit you with the wrap it up.
I didn't even see it.
Wrap it up, B.
Yo, B.
My story was pretty good, man.
It was good.
This was that storytelling hate, you know.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with you.
I understand that you the storyteller of the crew. He like, damn, man, you know what I'm saying? Only I can tell the story. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to use that little feature. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure.
I knew you would present the opportunity at some point during this conversation.
Oh, that's cheap. That's cheap. I think if anybody would be Chris Lee.
Chris too, and D. Me, I'm
he can go too.
Mr. Cason too, though. Mr. Cason will tell us.
I know we all care. We all care.
Baggy, hit you with the wrap it up, B.
Wrap it up, B.
Oh, that's cheek.
Yeah,
He got to that cheek.
got to that cheek.
We're gonna have to get Swing to do a drop for us.
Okay, we doing some things out here.
So we were playing around with stuff. Now we're playing around with stuff.
We got some things going on.
Playing around with stuff. We're playing around with stuff.
Hey, yo, we're
gonna get cheap. We put this cheap.
Oh, that's cheap.
Oh man.
Swing had the best. That's cheap, didn't it? Oh, that's cheap.
No,
you throw the sound when you do it. So we're gonna get Swing to do it, and then you can throw up the sign and have his voice. Oh,
what's up, Swing, man? Y'all
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Swing on the
You
show?
need to be on here. Why you ain't got Swing on?
Yeah.
I send him the link every time. I send him the link.
Time come, but he might be. You know what though? Did you send him this time?
Mm-hmm. Text him. Text him. Check his email.
You gotta encourage the granddaddy. Granddaddy should have been on here before everybody.
Yeah, they old, man. You know how granddaddies is. Man.
Not really though. Honestly, not to put his business out there, but he had scheduling issues for the longest. You know, his schedule may be different right now.
Yeah, he got to report to his
first
PO. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we don't keep that stuff together too.
You funny, man. You funny.
He got evening drop points. He got to drop the pits in the evenings.
Now I remember. Look, my when I was like, oh, this is my shit right here. My mama, she had Christmas, and she had given me too many gifts. I had asked for too much stuff. You know what I'm saying? And she was kind of like, I don't know. She got a big bonus from Ford or something. I don't know, because she got like all my gifts, everything I wrote on the list. I wanted the yellow Magnavox, little boombox thing. And then I wanted a radio control car, and I think I wanted like a game system. And she got them all. I was kind of shocked by it because I'm like, man, this is a little too much money. And then she eventually took one of them back. So she took the car back, the little radio control car. But I had the boombox, and I remember getting. I remember, what was that? Somebody messing with me, but so I got that Paid in Full album, that Paid in Full cassette tape, and I listened to that shit consistently. I even like paused and pressed it and wrote down all the lyrics because he was doing something I had never heard in hip hop, and we was talking about Rakim earlier, but that shit just took me to a different place because I wanted to do what he was. I was like, man, what is he doing? Because it was different from Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince and all that. No disrespect to them. But what Rakim was doing was like, it was like the stuff I was reading in books and stuff. So that was my moment. Like, man, I want to be on this level. And then he kind of switched the lane. People started doing lyrics more. To me, I started listening to lyricists more. So yeah, that was my shit.
Yeah, that's interesting too. Y'all said now. My induction into wanting to rhyme, it was like Juan said, I'd never forget, it was two rappers at school. Ice Cream Jones was one cat, and the other cat name was Cooley. Cooley was more like a hardcore gangster. You know, he was from a certain part of, this was like in Romulus. But Ice Cream Jones was like Big Daddy Kane. He had the high top fades.
That's a dope ass name, Ice Cream Jones.
Yo, check it out. I'm gonna tell you what cracked my head was the talent show. He came in, and I think he had like Wax Tax and Drake. Cause like I said, it was Romulus, so somebody from down that way cutting Eddie Murphy. Ice cream, the ice cream man is coming. He cutting it. Ice cream, and he rhyming over the 400 number, dog. So imagine he come from the back of the room to the front, height, chicks dancing. It's like, man, that's when my jaw dropped. Like, oh, this is incredible. Yeah, this is how you do it. You know what I'm saying? But that was just the fundamentals or whatever. So the people you grow up with, yeah, they will. That's what instilled in me when I saw that and them battling. I wanted to be a part of it. Me and my partner staged the battle, and we pulled it off. But then my man ended up dying, bro. Like, you know, unfortunately.
Oh wow. Yeah.
For real spill. Yeah, he got killed in the drive-by trying to save a little kid. Some old crazy menace for real type stuff. But shout out to Yogi. Rest in peace to Yogi for real. That was it. My love. That was it, man. Seeing that, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's respect. Yeah, people be wanting to. You got to be a part of it in some way. That's when people say like they hip hop. I always look for that. Like, what were you a part of? I think you could be hip hop as just a listener, but it's just like you do want to put yourself in it in some way. You know, tagging, dancing, something, DJing. like
art.
guys who couldn't rap, they would DJ or they'd do something else. You know, art. You know, a lot of artists and shit like that. You know,
Graffiti, etc., 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 etc.
Are you hip hop if you aren't a part of it? Like, what do y'all think? Like, would you could still consider yourself? You still hip hop? You don't do nothing but listen to it.
Yeah, definitely. So that's the heartbeat. The people who love it, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what keep any of it thriving, no matter if it's what you like or whatever. It's who listen to it and love it. So at the end of the day, you got to be that, I feel, initially to do anything else, you know?
I agree. I agree. I believe that it's the willingness to do the research. You know, it's one thing to listen, but you know, I like people who kind of research it. You know, depending on how you're involved. You know, most of the time, if you're just a listener, then you're already, you know, in tune with a lot of different things. But I guess I mean that more for the people who are involved. You know, it is a respective passage. You know what I'm saying? So you got to do some research involved in that. But I don't think that labels you hip hop or not.
Yeah, that makes
But
sense.
KRS-One might beg to differ.
I mean, you got to know your past, though. I think no matter what, when you, even if it's new school, old school, fundamentals is important in anything. It's just like basketball, anything. Your fundamentals, and then when you get ideas, you see things that even if you're doing whatever kind of music, it opens your mind. And man, I could do a joint like this, or oh, I like the way they formatted this, or just period. So I think it's very important. But that's in anything. You look to the past, you live in the present, forward to the future. You know what I'm saying? But you can look to the past and learn. So
You got to do your homework to be able to grow.
yes, sir.
You got to know what was errors of your fathers, you know, before you can get your feet wet, so you know not to make those same mistakes.
I hate to keep getting on Jay-Z, but I didn't know he wrote Space Jam.
I didn't
He
know
wrote the
that.
Space Jam joint. He got that check. And they was just asking him, and he was talking about getting in people's space. Like when he did Still DRE, he was like, it was for Snoop and Dre. So obviously I studied them and what they did and got in their space. And the same for Space Jam. You know, he probably watched it, got in that. But that was ill though. That's funny. I'm like, oh, this man collecting checks you don't even know about. That's beautiful.
So what anybody got anything interesting they working on right now? Anything interesting? Anybody got going right now? I'm curious, you know.
Yeah, man.
My partner.
Wanya look like he working on something right now. That you working on a new placement, man, or for something right now? What you got going on?
Man, I wish I had a placement right now. That'll be on the money right now. Yeah, man. I'm just trying to stay encouraged and listening to the music that my peers, you got, Freak and Sparks and D, you know what I'm saying? Those are at Beach. Everybody, even Swing, when I get a chance to, hear his beats. Well, everybody is moving right now, so I'm doing my own thing too, man. I move a little quiet, trying to get it back, you know what I'm saying, and start making you know what I'm saying. But I'm gonna make a statement soon. When I do that, then I can join the ranks with with my fellas and help continue this legacy. But I got some music, got a ton of music coming, man. Just trying to put all the pieces together, man. So playing it close to the chest.
Yeah.
But,
shout out to Just Cuz, man. Just Cuz has always had phenomenal heat. I told you, my man, I got your album from overseas, but I've been bumping that a bit. That joint was
Just Cuz.
Yeah, that's Juan, Atu, and Dorian.
Yeah.
Can you pull it up anywhere, or it's just personal stock?
It's out there in different places, man.
Okay.
Like you said, I got hit up for it. I think it was the same guy that was hitting up Freak and they was like chasing down 75 North. They was chasing down the Just Cuz. They was chasing down I think the Century Cometh niggas was trying to find artwork for the Century Cometh. It was just like they be all over the place. I was telling D last night, yesterday, I'm barbecuing. I get a text from my cousin Kenny. Freak, you might remember my cousin. That's a mine's older brother. You know,
Yeah,
he's
I
to build
Kenny,
computers and
sure.
Sparks and stuff.
Yeah.
You remember Ken? He had texted me,
No,
and he had texted me a picture of the Brain Trust album. He had, you know, it was on the song with that I was featured on that first one. And he like, is this you? And I'm like, I just LOL laughed. And he was like, man, he's a truck driver, so he's always gone. I never see him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe once or twice a year is when I see him. So he was like, I was just, you know, he was at a stop, and he was he said he was going through Amazon Music and stumbled across the Brain Trust album. And I don't know if he saw my name or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if he knew Brain Trust from, I thought maybe Sparks put him on, but he was like, he just literally stumbled on it. And, you know what I'm saying?
That be happening sometimes.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of dope, though, you know what I'm saying? You know, for us who, you know, we haven't, you know, classically, you know, proactively released a lot of music consistent. And I think that's one of the things that I think that, you know, everybody's kind of coming to that realization right now that that's the space that people want to be in. They want to, you know, if anything, get the content out and let people experience it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's dope, bro.
No. I met up with your boy today, Chris, Robert Courtney.
How'd that go?
I met up with him. Good, man. I'm gonna have him work on some social media stuff for me, just like getting stuff out of, like he was talking about consistent content, putting out consistent content, restart my homemade stories on a twice a month basis, and you know, I got the 31 podcast going, and then get some other projects going too. So just be putting out regular shit. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to have somebody social, like build my social shit and help me do it, because you know, that'd be a big part of it.
I need that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've been wanting to.
Can you share that? I need that.
I got
Yeah. I'll holler at you on it. I'll tell you how. Because somebody else had called. My brother was like, you know, let me know how it go. You know, because affordable too. It's not even that bad. Yeah.
I need that information for sure.
That's where we at with it, man. Like Juan said, it's that time, fellas. Really, so there's no question about that. And this is a beautiful platform, a format to continue to jumpstart, or you know, because it's a bunch of stuff in the works. So you know.
No doubt.
Yeah, as far as me, man, we working on everything. It's just just consistently working on the craft, basically. So it's always something done. So in some shape or form, you know, it's something done. So next time, I hope we can get my partner on here and we can have some good discussions. But yeah, man, we working, man.
Corey got those beats, man. Corey ridiculous on the beats. I mean, the rhymes too. I'm just saying, yeah. You set me down in the lab for a little bit and played some, and I can't wait for more. You know, when y'all put the project together, and I can just like fall into it for a long time, because I'm still listening to Brain Trust. We still here, and I'll be listening to that for a long time, man. So that's a classic album right there.
Yeah, it'll be a year, and pretty soon, June, we put it out last June.
No doubt.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Juan, I want to work on some stuff too, man. Like I be having certain projects where I need beats and shit. You know what I'm saying? Where I need but I need them in a certain, you know, it may be like a certain feel for certain scenes or certain things, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And to be able to work, but this would be like projects that not necessarily my project, but it'd be like other people's projects and stuff. So I was gonna holler at you on that, because I know, you know, you're pretty consistent in the studio there too, and then being able to do stuff that may have a hip hop feel and some of it may not have a hip hop feel. You get what I'm saying? But just to take people on this journey through whatever it is that's being created. So we'll holler more on that, man, because I really like to work with the crew on a lot of stuff, you know?
Yeah, man, I'm definitely down for that, man. Anything that's, you know, sonically You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely down for that. I was watching something the other day. Was talking about, you know, you should just continue to try to stretch yourself, kind of test yourself, give yourself different areas, things that you might feel like I'm not ready for that yet, or I can't go into that space yet. Fucking go. You know what I'm saying? And push yourself. You know, you never know what you know what I'm saying, what you're capable of. So I'm starting to be a real big, you know, proponent of that. So whatever. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try my best to stay consistent. I think that's the biggest thing for all of us. Is just to stay consistent. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try my best to get back out here and stay consistent. Put out, you know what I'm saying, put some music out, you know. I was talking to D. I'm just trying to define my place and everything. You know what I'm saying? More and more I get older, the more and more I venture off into trying to understand music or whatever. I'm scared to do it, but I really want to, man. I bought a couple instruments. I really want to dive into theory. You know what I'm saying? I understand sometimes people be like, it's so repetitive. It's so, you know, tedious, but, you know what I'm saying? I think it just makes you a more well-rounded. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to take the melodies and things in your head and make them reality. So I'm just trying to get off into that, man. Be behind the scenes, creative director, come up with crazy ass, man. A lot of us got super sick imaginations. You know what I'm saying? Just not really using that part of your brain like you're supposed to. But that's what
What you think holds people back from not using that part? I mean, like what's that blockage right there? What's that limitation right there?
I think sometimes it's fear, sometimes it's complacency, sometimes it's resources. You know what I'm saying? I can speak to. I won't even speak for the cast and the crew. I can speak for me. It's been, you know, for me it's been fear. You know what I'm saying? Been some complacency, and then also, you know what I'm saying. For me, the biggest thing for me, I was always scared that I would lose my way. You know what I'm saying? I you know what I'm saying? As much as I love this music, as much as I love this, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's been a big ass part of my life for a very long time. All of us, you know what I'm saying? That's how we met. You know what I'm saying? It's the biggest reason why at 44 years old, I got, you know what I'm saying, 25, 30-year long friends because of this love and this passion that we had that started at the core of, I like that beat, or you know what I'm saying, I like that rhyme. That's where it started for all of us. You know what I'm saying? And so now you look at all these years later, we didn't grew up, we were, you know, men and fathers and husbands and, you know, all that other kind of stuff, right? And so for me, you know what I'm saying, on my journey and you know what I'm saying, my connection, I realized that all of those things are great, but all of those things pale in comparison to knowing something about your creator, having love in your life, you know what I'm saying, following the path that your creator has for you, you know, and serving. So I used to always, as I got older, I thought that, you know what I'm saying, if I had too much of the world, that shit would, you know what I'm saying, take me under, because I like shit. I like flesh. I like physical things. I like, you know what I'm saying, I like all that shit. You know
You
what I'm saying?
OD on the bitches and
I probably would OD
the
on
drugs
everything,
and everything.
bro.
Oh man,
Translation. Yeah. James.
OD on everything. But
We call that
real
Rick
shit
James.
though. Real
hey,
shit
Rick
though.
James, Rick James, turn to
Yeah.
Rick James.
Real shit, man. It's like, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff, everything. And I'm not even talking about just the surface things like cars, you know, but it's a mentality too. You know what I'm saying? It's a way of thinking, a way of life. And you get so attracted to the thing. And we don't got to do music business. It could be a nigga on Wall Street. I mean, in the corporate world. You know what I'm saying? He just so fixated on chasing that dream, getting that $500,000-$400,000 house. Wife have 2 trips a year. Make sure those is lavish. Drive 2, you know, cars. Make sure the kids got all the nice stuff. And that's what we just lived a whole life to make sure that was done. And we strive for it. And then that'll be it. Then what? You know what I'm saying? So I've just always kind of been in that space. Like, I don't want to live this whole life. I saw, you know, a friend of mine that I was dating. Her son and my son are, you know, 8 years old. They both cool. They, you know, they spend a lot of time together. His dad just up and died Friday. 40 years old, healthy, in shape, whatever case may be. Just had a heart attack and died. and so he was into music. He was a part of the Detroit Lions band. And so, and I'm talking about this now because I guess probably because it fucked me up. I've been thinking about it all weekend and just seeing the grief and stuff that she's going through. And I'm thinking about my son. I think about like if he just, if I was gone, he wake up one day, get ready to see me, and I just died, just dropped, just gone my time. You know what I'm saying? So I think about stuff like that. Those are the things that to me are the most important things. Being here. You know what I'm saying? So. I'm glad. I'm okay. I used to have funny feelings about it. We came up around everybody in the city, everybody, whether they were mainstream from the D12s and the M's and the Royces to the slums to the dwellers to the anybody who's anybody in our era. You know what I'm saying? In the 90s, 2000s, we came up. We were neck and neck. You know what I'm saying? Some of these things were super close friends. Spending night at our cribs and all that kind of stuff. We were right there in the mix. Always felt like we was going. Always felt like, and then don't get me wrong, niggas still might go. You know what I'm saying? But for me personally, I always felt like that was the path. That was what I was supposed to do. And then coming and facing the reality that at that particular time, that's not what I was meant to do. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that now. I used to have feelings about it. I used to feel
really
some kind of way about it. You know what I'm saying? But
you feel like you was missing out on something or something. But now you're content with that. But at the same time, you're going for what it is you want to go for. I don't know. I don't want to put words in.
Yeah, no, yeah. I just look at it. It's my drive for it is different. You know what I'm saying? What'd you say? What'd you say, Diggy?
Now I'm saying, love just commented. What up, baby?
Yo. Yeah. No, I love that, man. I love that. That real, you know what I'm saying? You being honest and real. That's good, man. That's what it's about. Fuck all that fronting and shit. Just being real about what you was thinking about and all the other stuff, fear and all that kind of stuff. Because people don't be real about that stuff a lot of times, But people deal with a lot of things. We're talking about the tennis player earlier today, and she quit the French Open or whatever, because she dealing with depression and dealing with other shit, and she just like, I don't want to deal with all this right now.
I just got put up on her last week. I was like, damn, she bad as fuck. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, right?
No doubt. That's some real shit, though. You know what I'm saying? Think about Dave Chappelle. You know what I'm saying? I think about his story a lot. You know what I'm saying? On how he felt like he was going, like his soul and his belief system was going to be compromised. And then he left it and then came back and it's like threefold. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just have to follow that voice that's in your heart. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be popular. Some of your boys and whatever, they're not going to understand it. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. You know what I'm saying? But those are the kind of things that you kind of, you have to come to grips with.
It's funny though, even in this age, being true to yourself is the most important thing. If you notice, even successful people, what they're doing, whether we like it or not, they're true to them. So like even what you said, I think if you're true to yourself, and I think too, it seems even with her having good people around you, to keep you and keep you on your belief. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who got the hump? That's the clown.
Who doing the hump?
I don't know what that is.
That's D. That's D doing that.
The goose horn.
Yeah, that's him doing that.
Yeah, but whatever the case, though, man. He threw me off with the goose egg. Since you goose egg, and you go ahead.
He was doing me like that. He was doing me like that.
Get the floor.
I don't got no goose egg button over here, guys.
We know what it is. But hey, much love to any other last words? Anybody last words? Before we cut this stream?
No, last words. My apologies, my man. Wish he could have been here. We're gonna set that up where he can be here. You know what I mean? And we can have some good conversations. It's always a pleasure to interact and have good banter. With you bunch of brothers. I do appreciate the platform to allow us to be able to see one another and come out here and shoot the shit. You know what I'm saying? That's dope to me, if I could put it frank. So yeah, let's keep it going. You know what I mean? We like to see it grow, and you know, in any way we can, we gonna help. You know, shoot the shit, and if it don't grow no further than, like you said, getting us together and that working amongst us where we wasn't before, then we accomplished what we needed to in that alone.
No doubt. I agree with that. I agree with that, man. We got to do something. We play all our unreleased shit or something. Somebody play some unreleased shit. You know what I'm saying? Just play different shit, and we can vibe on different shit like we do after we stop the stream. You know. Any last words? Freak of nature.
As always, man. Love to each and every one of y'all. We're gonna continue to build together. Some of y'all said again, too important, having that team around you. So fellas, let's gravitate to each other, and all the listeners out there, and boost to build each other up. Let each other's strengths be your weaknesses. Then you can't fail if you keep each other on the right path.
That was a big thing on my end too. To be honest with, even with this, it's like doing certain shit. And I was thinking about it, like, you know, friendships come, you know, you have certain friendships and you it ain't where you kind of grow out of them, but it's just like changes, right, over time and stuff. But then I was thinking, I was like, man, I got a whole crew. I got a crew who I've been tight with since way back when, you know, and it's like you need your crew. You need people to bounce stuff off of, especially in this creative stuff. You need somebody to be inspired by, like listen to certain shit. And like I listen to albums and I'm inspired to write new stories, or I'm looking at what somebody else might be doing. I'll be like, damn, you know, I can tell them about this idea that I'm working on, and I don't feel silly talking about it because they'll understand creative stuff. Sometimes you can't talk about everything with certain people, so it's just like, but we got a crew, you know. So I love what DJ said. If it grows, and then if it's just us building back and forth, you know, because as I'm thinking about my projects, I'm like, man, Juan, I like his beats. He could do something with these, and we could work on projects together and do certain things together, but then vibing off one another. Like me writing rhymes, I'll be honest, I'm a little hesitant right now because I haven't wrote a rhyme in a while. I know I got skills, but it's just like, will it sound whack when I first write the rhyme? You know, especially you trying to get on the record with D or something like that, and you feel like, damn, my shit got to be perfect if I'm gonna be on this record or something. So, but that all, like being in that vibe helps. You know, you get what I'm saying. So it's just, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate doing this. Yeah.
What's so funny is, and I appreciate the compliment. You know, definitely. You know, not brushing that off, but what people fail to realize is it's an honor to be on a mic with you, sir. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are the man. So it's not like you putting. We're not like you doing that, and not like I said. I appreciate it, but you know, it to me, you know what I'm saying. You was the lyricist man. You know, even back whenever. So, and it ain't nothing but hiding because you've been telling stories, and all. You know, rap is you know, a lot of it's essentially storytelling. You know what I mean? So you got the best hand at it. I'm still, you know, trying to figure some stuff out here. You know what I'm saying?
And, no.
Sharpening steel as well, but
exactly, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Still sharp as steel.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So to you, it's no intimidation. It's because shoot, you was the man. You know what I mean? So it's an honor on my end. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that made me feel the intimidation because you was the DMC of the crew. You know what I'm saying? So, and no DMC was the king. You know what I'm saying? So according to what they say. So.
Nah, man, DMC was the shit. DMC was the shit. Much love, man. But I at the same time, yeah, I got just want to, because that whole writing rhymes, it sparks something in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like it hits some certain parts of your head that'll be like, then I can, because even when I listen to certain lyrics, I'd be like, man, I feel like writing some shit. You know, so much love on that. That's my final word. Anything from you, Juan?
No, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, love. You know what I'm saying? Stay healthy, man, out here, and keep creating, man. Looking forward to the rest of this year, man. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, no doubt. Peace out.
Yes,
31.
Peace, peace.
Stay on.